What's up again, guys? True Crime King back again. Now, I found some interesting information. Um, Crime Circus, he does a good job. I recently ran into his channel and I saw he found some new information that I hadn't seen on anybody else's channel. So I wanted to do a quick video about it, and you guys can all know about it as well. So let's get into it.
This is a brand new Jack Decor video where we take an even deeper dive into the happenings in Moscow, Idaho, and we try to get to the bottom of, did Jack live in that house that I previously showed you?
So if you know Jack, he lived like a football field away from where these murders happened, and he recently was dating one of the girls.
I think after watching this video, you might form an entirely brand new opinion if you ever doubted me. Let's jump right into this and find out.
And Crime Circus, shout out to you. You did a great job finding all this information.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crime Circus. My name's Drip Drop, and I'm your host as usual. Tonight we have a brand new Jack Decor video, and I just want to start off with the disclaimer. Jack Decor is presumed innocent of any and all crimes. Anything discussed in this video is purely speculation and opinion. However, I'm going to show you some pictures that might shock the conscious and provoke some thought from you, the viewer. I've previously released another video.
Yeah, I'm not saying Jack is guilty at all. I'm just going with what's out there. So don't try and put in the comments that, you know, I'm saying something wrong. You know, come on.
Video on Jack Decor. If you haven't seen it yet, check it out right here on Crime.
So there's Jack Decor with Maddie
Circus. I've also released a video on Jack Showalter, the alleged hoodie guy.
Now, this was the guy in the hoodie in the food truck video that I did 2 days ago. So if you go watch that food truck video, now we know it's this guy.
We're going to dive right into some new information I've uncovered, some photographs that I've obtained, and we're going to have a discussion about this case. For those of you that aren't familiar, 4 college students passed away in Moscow, Idaho. Nobody knows who did it. It's a complete mystery, and this video is not accusing Jack Decor of having anything to do with it. But we're just going to ask some questions and have a little discussion about this case. Maybe we can get one step closer to solving it. First, shout out to the Troll Hunter for sending me some of these pictures and helping further some of my theories. Crime Circus is a worldwide effort between me and you, the viewer. If anybody wants to help support this show, please look for my Patreon.
Yeah, and remember, this guy's got a lot more subscribers than I do, so he's got a lot more, you know, people helping him out and shit like that. So.
And link below. My supporters make this show possible, so thank you all. About 90 to 95% of you out there.
And right now, if you want to help me out, you know, I'm a brand new channel, so YouTube is not paying me yet. So go in the description and check out how you can support the channel as of right now until I get some more subscribers.
We're convinced after my last video that that was Jack's house. Maybe 5 to 10% of you doubted me and said that's not the same house, I got it wrong. Well, I hope every single one of you is watching this video, and I'd like to hear what you have to say about these photographs I'm about to present. Let's jump right into this, starting with a big boom. What do you think of this picture right here?
Big boom.
I previously showed you this picture where Jack may live. Some of you doubted. Well, let's take a look-see at this picture right here. We've got Jack on the left and Kaylee on the right.
So let's look at this picture. It's not Maddie, it's Kaylee. That's Kaylee and Jack.
What's extra interesting about this photo? What do we see in the background? I do believe we see the very house discussed in my previous video. And that was a Crime Circus exclusive theory. Some people stole my video and didn't give me credit, but you heard it here first, breaking news from Crime Circus. Anyways, for those of you that still aren't convinced, let's zoom into the real estate.
Yeah, it's definitely the same window the same door and the same bricks that was just in that picture. So it's definitely the same house. I went over it for a while.
State photo and have a closer look. As you can see, that's the exact same window. It's the exact same bricks. It's the exact same concrete below. And you can also see part of the door, which is also an exact match. So, what do you think now? You remember that video that allegedly showed Murphy running around that house? Same house. There's a photograph of Jack and Kaylee at that house now. I could probably end this video right here with my point proven, but this is Crime Circus, so we're gonna go a little deeper now. As you can see from the satellite view here, we've got what may be Jack.
That's how close the house is. See? He's got the arrows, the big yellow arrows. Kaylee's house and Jack's house. And remember, the night of the murders, the girls were trying to call Jack at 2:52. Was the last time they tried, but they both tried to call Jack. I believe it was six times.
Jack's house on the left side.
And then they turned the lights out at 3 o'clock, according to the neighbor.
And over on the right side was Kaylee's house. There's only about 216 feet in between these two houses. That's less than a football field away, and I've previously said that's about a 30-second walk.
So a football field is 100 yards. If it's less than 100 yards, that's pretty damn close.
I now think that's about a 20-second walk. Anyways, let's take note of this house in the middle with the white roof. You can see it's surrounded by rocks and a chain link fence in the background.
Yeah, look how easy it would be, for Jack to get over to this house unnoticed. If he did have something to do with it, all he would have to do is, walking through these woods right here around this house, and then boom, go right in the back sliding door. No one would ever see that.
And what do we see here? We see a picture of Jack and Kaylee. Some people have told me that Kaylee was way out of Jack's league. You leave me a comment and let me know down below. What do you...
It depends on what the girl likes. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. I mean, looks-wise, Kaylee could get any guy she wanted. But, it's all about what she liked.
What do you think?
I mean, personality does matter too, right?
Kaylee out of his league? Or do good guys actually win sometimes? Then again, in the end, she had broken up with him and was allegedly moving to Texas alone. So maybe nice guys really do finish last.
Well, Jack could have been upset about that if that is true. If Kaylee was about to move to Texas without Jack, I mean.
Moving on, looking back at this satellite image from above, we can now see we have in our possession a picture of Jack, allegedly at the house on the left, as well as allegedly at the house in the middle with the rock yard.
That was that picture we just saw.
So one might think Jack could be very familiar with cutting through directly in between those two houses, or even secretly behind in the tree line where nobody would even see anybody creeping through.
That's what I just said right there.
So let's take a closer look at this tree line and check out some images of behind the property. As you can see over to the left side, that's part of the tree line behind the property. And if you look off into the distance, you can see the house that Jack allegedly lived in, that Jack and Kaylee took that picture in front of. And I've previously showed you the TikTok video as well as realtor photos inside that house showing that is the same house. And looking closer, you can see the other house that Jack...
Now look, this picture is taken from the house where the girls lived, and there's the house in the middle, and then so that would be Jack's house. I mean, come on. That's not unreasonable to think that that's definitely possible.
And Kaylee were photographed at with the rock yard. So you could either cut in between those two houses or through the tree line. It's a very short walk. We're going to take a quick look and look at a few more pictures from behind the victim's house to show you the tree line and give you an idea of what kind of tree line we're looking at. So what do you think about these photographs I've just presented you? Some of you still aren't convinced? Okay.
Yeah, it's the first time that I've seen these pictures anywhere. So, I mean, I'm sure everybody's going to start posting these now, you know, but
let's have a look-see at this picture right here. This is a picture of Kaylee and an unknown friend at what I do believe to be possibly Jack's house. For those of you that still aren't convinced, we're going to do a side-by-side comparison of the realtor photo as well as this photo of Kaylee, which I do believe is allegedly Jack's house. You can see it's just over to the left side of the house, right near the steep hill, and you can...
Okay, does look to be the same exact kind of window. I mean, there's bricks in between the two windows there, or to the side.
You can even see the reflection of the cinder block retaining wall that's holding up the steep...
Oh, shit, yep. You can see the reflection right in there, the cinder block retaining wall. I mean, I don't think that's a coincidence. It's definitely the same house.
Steep hill away from the house. You can see the windows are a match. The retaining wall is a match. The foundation is a match. The bricks are a match. And that is Kaylee in this photo. Do you see what I'm getting at here, folks? Some of you doubted me. Some of you said that was not Murphy in the previous video. Some of you said the lights don't match. Folks, this is the same house. That's undeniable at this point. So what do you think now? Smash the like button, leave me a comment, make sure you're subscribed, and let's move on. I previously mentioned in my last video the possibility of somebody being able to walk on or off the roof. Some of you thought I was crazy, but I'm not looking so crazy anymore. Let's check out this clip right here. As you can see here, this is clearly the house in question that Jack allegedly lived at, and that the dog Murphy was allegedly running around, as I previously showed you. You can see the victim's house off in the distance. It's not up for...
Okay, yep, there's the 3-story house. And they're standing on Jack's roof right now. I mean, you can easily see how close that is, and the 2 sliding doors right there. I mean, wow.
Question or debate if this is that house. What I would like your opinion on is this Jack on the rooftop of this house right here? As you can see down in the parking area, there's a white car parked down there. And I'm not sure if that's...
Remember, the police are looking for a white Hyundai Elantra.
The white car, but the police are looking for a white car. Anyways, you can see the victim's house off in the distance, and there are people on this rooftop of the house that I showed you previously, and it's just like I said. People can walk on the rooftop, on or off, very easily. They can either come in or out the window, or right off the backside to the hill where it's a very steep hill. This is an easy access rooftop, just like I previously told you, and the evidence is continuing to come out by the day. What do you think of that? This is thought-provoking stuff. And what I'd like to find out, was that Jack on the roof in that video, or was he recording the video? Some of these people look so similar, it's hard to tell who's who.
I'm sure one of them was Jack. I mean, it was Jack's fucking house.
Anyways, now a handful of people have left me comments telling me Jack D is the hoodie guy. Well, I didn't really want to believe any of these comments at first. They seemed a little absurd. The consensus seemed to be that it was Jack S. Well, let's just dive right in and look at some pictures of Jack and the hoodie guy. Let's try to figure out who is the hoodie guy. Is it Jack Decor or Jack Showalter? Or somebody else? I want you, the viewer, to help me analyze these photos. Now let's have a look-see. As you can see, the hoodie guy is on the left, and there's a picture of Jack and Kaylee.
Let's see. I mean... Now remember, this hoodie guy, he was standing next to the 2 girls at the food truck, but the girls did not say word 1 to the hoodie guy. And then as soon as the girls left, the hoodie guy left, and he seemed like he was pretty mad when he left.
On the right, you can see Jack on the right-hand side has his hat on backwards, and it's black. Now let's overlay these images and see how we feel after analyzing these photos. I've lowered and increased the opacity of Jack's face overlaid over the hoodie guy's face so we can see if we think it's a match. Well, what do you think? It's kind of hard to tell because it's so blurry and pixelated, but that's Jack's face overlaid over the hoodie guy. His head does seem to fit inside of that hoodie quite well, and he also has that black hat. Now looking at this picture at the food truck, you can see he's standing in the distance about 10 to 12 feet away from Kaylee and Maddie. Now looking at this picture of Jack on the right, you can see he also has white Nike.
Yeah, look at the shoes. I mean, the shoes on the left, they look like the Nike symbol's black, but who knows? I mean,
These skinny black pants, a jacket, a hoodie, and a hat. These two individuals are dressed very similar. And yes, the Nike shoes are not an exact match, but it shows which brand he likes. And a lot of people have more than one pair of shoes.
yeah, he could have a couple pairs of different Nike shoes. I mean, they're the same shoes, just the Nike symbol's black on one and white on the other.
Now you can see this unidentified individual known as the hoodie guy standing next to Joe V. A lot of people are suspicious of Joe V, and I don't blame you. I might make an entire video on Joe V because I do think there's some things worth discussing. Moving on, this is when Kaylee, Maddie, and the food truck guy all enter the food truck scene. As you can see, the hoodie guy is awful close to Kaylee, and it kind of even looks like he's touching her.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like the hoodie guy knew the girls somehow in that video.
Let's check out the hoodie guy and Kaylee standing next to each other to observe their height.
And remember, she took a video of the hoodie guy too when he wasn't looking.
I'm going to place an image on the right side of the screen now of Kaylee and Jack. Let's see the difference in height. Let's see if it's a match. Or if hoodie guy is approximately the same height as Jack when standing next to Kaylee. What do you think about these photos? What do you think about the height between Kaylee and the hoodie guy and Kaylee and Jack? Is the hoodie guy and Jack approximately the same height based on this photo comparison? Smash the like button if you think it's a match. So what do you think? Do you think Kaylee was a little out of Jack's league? Was she ready to move to Texas and meet a real man? They say everything's bigger in Texas. Anyway.
Oh, damn. I don't know, guys. Some pretty damning evidence.
Looking at these various photos here, we can see that there is a chain link fence partially surrounding that one house with the flat white roof. That chain link fence matches up in all these photos. And then also, interestingly, in this photo, on the left, you can see the victim's house. And then just over to the right, past the little blue house, you can see allegedly Jack's house. This is to put everything in perspective for you. Everything is super close here, and that would be a very short walk to get from one house to the next. But that doesn't mean that Jack Decor is a killer, and we have to presume he's innocent.
Correct. Nobody's saying that Jack did this. They're just pointing out some of these details here.
Another picture of the hoodie guy from behind. This is just to show you his dress, attire, style.
Definitely looks like Jack.
Jack Decor seems to dress very similar in many photos. Interestingly enough, I've seen a lot of people speculating whose jacket was Maddie wearing. A lot of people have rumored that Maddie must have been wearing Jack Showalter's jacket and that he gave it to her at the...
Yeah, remember, that jacket was definitely too big for Maddie. I mean, you look at it. I mean, it went almost all the way down to her feet. It was down to her knees, at least.
Bar. Well, I've discovered this photo of Jack and Kaylee, and Jack appears to be wearing the exact same jacket that Maddie was wearing that.
I don't know. That jacket doesn't, to me, doesn't look like the same. I think the jacket she was wearing looked more dressier than that.
Let's do a side-by-side comparison of Jack wearing a black jacket on the left and an image of...
What do you guys think? I don't know. Well, when you actually watch the footage, that jacket, I don't know. It could be, but I personally don't think that's the same jacket.
Kaylee at the food truck wearing a black jacket. What do you think? Are we onto something here at Crime Circus? Is that an exact match? Does this mean anything? Does this further any theories? Or does it all mean nothing? In my opinion, that jacket looks very similar. It might make one's mind wonder. Did this crime happen over a clothing dispute over a jacket? Why would Maddie be wearing Jack's jacket and not one of her own jackets or her boyfriend Jake's jacket? Is the hoodie guy Jack? These are just questions I'm asking. I have no way to know one way or the other. But with our hive mind, maybe we can figure it out together. Now looking at this picture here, this is taken from the tree line behind the house at night. On the top of this photo, you can see part of the balcony and directly into what was Kaylee's room. You can see she's got a neon sign that says good vibes. Well, apparently somebody brought some really bad vibes into that house on November 13th, 2022.
Well, not apparently. They did bring some really bad vibes.
between 3 and 6 a.m. So as you can see, this would be a peeping Tom's dream.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, you can see right in that house, and if you're looking out from the house, you wouldn't be able to see anything from but dark, you know. So yeah, he's right. It would be a peeping Tom's dream.
Right here, anybody could easily see inside of this window from the tree line. Now here's an extra zoomed in picture of Kaylee's room from the tree line, and as you can see with a good zoom, you could see in there way too clear.
I mean, who took those pictures in the first place? You know what I mean?
And I don't see any sort of blinds in what was Kaylee's room. So that's pretty creepy that anybody could be watching you at any time. Keep your blinds down and your doors locked. A couple people wanted me to do a comparison of Jack Decor and this unknown masked man who apparently took some pictures on Snapchat with the location that pinged very closely to the murder house, and these pictures were taken at about 3:30 a.m. And these pictures were taken on the morning of the crime, allegedly very close. Does this masked man have anything to do with this? Who is the masked man? That's what we must ask ourselves. All we can see here is his eyes and his lips. Do those look like Jack's eyes and lips?
Let's take a look. I mean, there's no way to tell with that fucking balaclava or that ski mask on.
I'm not convinced, but what's your opinion? Some of you want to have a discussion about Dylan, one of the surviving roommates. Well, what about Bethany? She survived too. Here's a couple images of Dylan and Bethany. They've been radio silent. They haven't given any interviews. None of their statements have been made public, and we just don't know what they experienced while they were in that house. I could do a deeper dive on them if you want me to. Here's another picture of Jack Decor with the white shoes.
See those? Yeah.
Skinny black pants, a white t-shirt.
They're old. They're definitely old shoes. So I'm sure he's probably got another pair. I mean, who doesn't have more than one pair of shoes?
Hanging below the hoodie and a jacket on top. That does seem to be the exact same dress attire that the hoodie guy in the food truck videos wear. And some people have told me that there's no way Jack could have done it because he was a pipsqueak, he was 100 pounds soaking wet, and he was non-athletic.
Okay, listen, I don't care how skinny you are. If someone's sleeping and you have a 5-inch K-bar knife, you can kill anybody.
And some people have even said he's a virgin. That's all speculation and rumors. None of that's based on fact. Let's look at a few pictures of Jack here. You can see he's highly athletic. He was actually a champion tennis player competing on a very high level. Here's a couple pictures of Jack when he was just a boy. You can see he was very talented. He's good at juggling. He's good at standing on top of a giant tennis ball. He may be good at standing on top of a rooftop. He looks super athletic. He looks intelligent, and he looks like he knows how to swing his hand super fast, super hard, over and over to hit that ball. Here's a few more recent pictures of Jack. You can see he's quite...
That was definitely an insinuation on, swinging a knife,
tall. He likes to wear his hat backwards, just like the food truck guy. He likes his hoodies and jackets and skinny black pants.
Yeah, he definitely likes his skinny pants. I'm not a skinny pants guy myself, but some people rock it.
I'm not so sure I could fit in the pants that tight. Anyways, hopefully you found this video thought-provoking. Hopefully it's making you think. And
yeah, so that's it. That's some new information. I hope you guys liked it. I've been doing my research, so hit that like and subscribe button, guys. And then until next time, True Crime King out.